Welcome back to the Nakama Podcast. I'm your host, Sal. I'm joined here with my other co-host, Peralta. And look at it, Peralta. We're about to hit 6. So this week will be the determining factor if we continue or not. Because the last season, like you said, we only did 6 episodes. There was a lot of good shit. And if we stop it right now, it won't be that bad of an issue because we already went over like the big anime for the season, which is Sakamoto Days. But yeah, I guess we'll see. I guess how we're feeling next week.
Noted.
So yeah, we're gonna most likely continue. I don't see us not continuing, but some things to talk about this week. The anime awards are being filmed as of we're talking. So some of the people that we reached out to, at least that I reached out to, they've had the results. So they're working on those ones. I don't know when they're going to be turning them in. I know one of them might be doing it the day of 17th, so can't wait for that. Other news, did you watch the Super Bowl? Okay, good. Neither did I. I just know what happened. Next week we might actually have another guest, and this is someone who's been wanting to be on the show. That's one where I don't know
Who is it?
if so he's actually one of the people that were in the cosplay running. I'm gonna say cosplay cafe. He is Boykins cosplay. He's been wanting to be on the show for a bit, and it's not like I'm blowing him off. It's just when he wanted to do it,
We were canceled.
I was down. No. This was last season, so like he was actually gonna do it. He hit me with the I can't do it this week. Something came up. I can do it next week. I was like, all right, okay, cool. So I sent him the animes, and that was it. I did not hear back from him. Granted, I also did not reach out because that's when we were like finalizing the anime awards and like if we were gonna do it or not. So I'm gonna reach out to him today or tomorrow as of this recording and be like, yo, bro, you still want to do it? And then send them 2 more animes to watch because we're not going to watch the ones that I sent them originally. So if we do have him, I don't know if he'll be available because I think I'll be doing it during the day. So when you're actually working and I'm not.
Noted.
Yeah, but I'll definitely let you know. So some of you might be aware that this podcast has 2 TikToks. One of them is Nakama Pod. I think it's podcasts on TikTok, and we rarely upload there. And then we have another one called Nakama Collects, and that's supposed to be, where we're showing off any collectibles from any of us. So you, Peralta included, Cruz, Lynn, Houston, all of us. No one really does anything with it other than me. I've been opening up packs of One Piece cards because everyone knows I'm a big One Piece fan. The only reason I have not been posting on there within the last month is because TikTok was supposed to get. Yeah, exactly. So I am sitting on footage of me and Brittany opening up packs because she's the one that does it with me, and I just don't know if I should upload it or not because, like you said, it might be getting banned like 100% because no real words have been talked about. I know the dude from Twitter was supposed to buy it. I know Mr. Beast was talking about buying it. I think even Kai Cenat brought it up. So if for whatever reason you've been missing that content, just know I still have a lot more stuff and I still have more cards to go through. I just don't know where to post it because YouTube prefers long form content, and TikTok might not be a thing, and Instagram Reels is kind of hit or miss.
Noted.
Yeah. So, Peralta, if you have any Lego shit, like I've told you, definitely record yourself, and then we can post them up there in some service.
Maybe.
Yeah. Any word on the Bluey set?
No, not yet. It'll probably just.
Yeah, they.
Well.
Okay, just making sure because I promised you that for Christmas, and then you showed me the One Piece one, and now it's like you're only getting one for right now. I mean, your birthday is sometime this year.
It's cool.
So, what do you mean it's cool, bro?
You don't need to buy it.
Whichever one comes out first. That's what I'm getting at.
I don't know when the blue one comes out.
Yeah. Brittany didn't know that you like Bluey.
It's a weird obsession that I have. for the past 2 years.
Yeah, I think the reason that she thought it was kind of weird is uh he can be kind of a dickhead,
Mm-hmm.
and Bluey, from what we've seen, is pretty nice, and it's kind of like the contrast, you know?
I only like it because the parents are sarcastic.
Are they? Like,
Mhm.
so you genuinely watch the show?
Yeah, before the parents. The kids are all bubbly and giggly, but the parents are the ones
Yeah.
with the side jokes. That's the only reason why I enjoy it, because the parents have the side jokes and they mess with their kids.
Oh. Yeah, I never watched it. I know the only other person that I was aware that watches it was Jen, and she uses the excuse of her kid
Mm-hmm.
because, that's the target audience.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, whichever one comes out first is the one I'll get you for your late Christmas present. For Lynn, I'll be honest, I don't even know what the fuck to get her. We're mid-February, and I've seen some stuff, and it's like, maybe I should get this for her, and it's like, I don't know if she's gonna want it.
She likes washi tape.
Don't know what that is.
Well, she's into that stationery journaling stuff.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we are probably gonna be doing pals again for Fanime, and I'm in this in between where it's just like, I want to ask your sister, but then I don't want to ask your sister because of what happened last year. And I know Houston wants to ask your sister to be on the panel just to kind of be like, yo, bro, I did not want to skip out on you. I had no choice. I was kidnapped essentially. And like, I've talked to him, and it's like, yeah, bro, I don't know. I want to ask her, then I don't want to ask her unless I have the thing already ready. And like, it's like, this is what we're doing. You do not have to do any other work. You can just show up and talk, or you can just say, fuck you, and I will understand completely. Because I apologize to her, but at the same time, it's kind of like, well, I essentially stood her up in a way.
Yeah,
I would understand her
I
hating me.
didn't hate you.
But yeah, since we are on a time limit today, because I am working, any other stuff that you would want to talk about? I know you don't, but I'm still asking.
No, I'm
Okay. Oh, actually, since you say no one listens to it, what was your thought on Patino?
she's cool.
Damn,
I like the figurine
I agree.
from Blue Lock.
Oh yeah, so the day that I texted you, she like handed me something too. She's like, hey, I know you like One Piece. I don't remember mentioning it to her, but I probably did, whenever, anytime anime gets brought up, I bring up One Piece. But she also got me something. Still don't know what it is. It is still in its little fucking plastic ball in my car.
Yeah, I got a Blue Lock figurine.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw. I mean, I dropped it off.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's good. I'm glad you like Patino's gift. It came from Japan.
Cool.
It's seen more of the world than most people in the school.
I know, but I've seen that world, so.
Yeah, but I didn't say you. I said most people in this school. So, which one you want to go over first? I'm getting married to the girl I hate in my class, or Honey Lemon Soda?
We can talk about Honey Lemon Soda. Because that one,
Okay, great. Because that one, what?
I felt sad for her.
Okay, okay.
You
So,
watched
Honey
it?
Lemon Soda. Yeah, I watched it. I just do not feel bad for her, but we'll get into it. So, Honey Lemon Soda is about this girl named Ishimura. She's kind of plain. She's very mundane, and in the sense that she doesn't really do anything. When she was in middle school, a bunch of the bullies would call her Stony. At first, I thought they meant it like in she looks like a stoner, but no, they mean it in like a literal rock kind of sense where, yeah,
It's just
she
there.
doesn't do anything. Yeah, exactly. So, Honey Lemon Soda is about Ishimura, who is deciding on what high school to go to when the same bullies that she's been avoiding kind of bump into her and sees like, oh, you would go to that prestigious school. The outfits are ugly. You're ugly. Of course you're going to go there. And one of the backup high schools was this other one that seems not as prestigious, but still not terrible. And the outfits look cooler. Look like your stereotypical Japanese outfits, blue, like dark blue, bow tie, skirt, ties, all of that. But her random dude that kind of comes and saves her is this blonde guy named Mira. I thought the entire time they were trying to say Mudahar, but I know that's not it. He kind of comes, helps her out, and like tells her like, hey, this other school is good enough. Like I would go there. Since this is the first person who's ever stood up for Ishimura, she kind of like tells her parents, I want to go there, even though she does have the grades to go to the better school. But she really liked this dude who kind of stood up for her. So in the first episode, she's going to the class. The bullies are harassing the blonde-haired dude, Moira, and for whatever reason, he decides just to spray them with honey lemon soda, except for they dodge, they hit Ishimura right in the face, and she's super embarrassed. And then the other friend of the blonde guy, Indo, kind of helps her out, tries to, make her feel better. And there's a little group of them with the Indo girl really liking Sato. Mura tries to break her out of the shell because he hears the bullies keep, referring to her as Stony, and how she just has like a deadpan stare, doesn't really stand out, nothing. So he's slowly trying to break her out of her comfort zone, trying to get her to do more new things, because the school that they're going to is one that where the kids feel like they have more freedom because they don't have to study as hard as the rest, and they get to slack off before, becoming a real adult. And I don't know what else to say other than that, because I did not like this anime at all. I thought the animation was really good. I really like Ishimura's eyes. I think she has really, really cool eyes, but the character is so bland that I was just not interested. And I don't like the Mura guy because it could be just the dubbing. I feel like he is trying so hard to be wise and like give her life advice. And it's like, bro, you guys are the same age. Like, calm down, bro. It's not that deep. The one thing I do like it is it does show her trying to change. And the thing, it's like back and forth with me with Mura, is he tries too hard, but there is points when it's just them where he does feel like a real person, that you could tell he's still just a kid. Don't know why he tries to give her life advice. But yeah, I'm very back and forth with this one. The animation is great. The scenarios are realistic. Maybe not to the point where, someone gets called Stony. I feel like that's a pretty light bully name, It could have been a lot worse. And I don't really like the main character. I feel like she is too bland and too sad to really carry the show. I would be more down if it was about Indo and Sato.
Okay.
What is your response, bro?
I actually like the show, but I like watching high school and, no magic fairy bullshit, or they go to some other dumb
Trash.
world that somebody likes, because I hate that shit. The only reason why I like it is, yes, she gets bullied and meets him on the sidewalk and tells her that, but she actually freezes on her entrance test, and so she couldn't go to that prestigious school. And so she actually lived up to being a Stony because it got into her head. And so she couldn't go to the prestigious high school that she wanted to go to. Correction. And then her parents are very overprotective of her, which is typical in an Asian family. But she doesn't tell them the whole truth. So she pretends that everything is great. So she actually holds in a lot of emotion that her parents don't see. And they're just trying to see if she has friends or doesn't have friends. Because they're always welcoming, and they always tell her like, oh, you should bring your friends over because you started that new high school. But she didn't know how to respond to them. So she just kind of told a white lie that everything's great. So internally, like if you listen to her internal dialogue, there's a lot of emotions that she's very like, what do I do? Do I do this? Do I do that? How are people going to perceive me? And I think because of that, and because I work with kids, that's a lot of the things that you don't see that kids go through. And that's what I like about the show, because they let her internal dialogue kind of run what's happening. And then you have, I don't know how to say his name, Blondie dude.
Yeah, Mura.
So he kind of just shows up, and I think for every kid that's been bullied, the only way you really get out of it is because someone pushes you out of your comfort zone. And if kids have that person and some kids don't, and that when you like in anybody's high school experiences, the kids who had that, like, that's that one friend that always had my back, even if I was like doing XYZ. And I think for him, he has the backstory. I don't think the plot line has gotten so far where we hear his backstory. But obviously, like to me, he's probably been bullied before. And so he knows, like, okay, you can't just stay in this cycle because you just end up repeating like the same things over and over. And the only reason why I like it is because I was bullied as a kid, but like, that's real life. And even though it looks mundane, like those little things, like people picking at you or calling you a stupid name, and it might not be a mean name, but there are names that just hurt because you just don't understand, like, why the fuck are they saying that shit? And then it gets to
Yeah.
it. So like for me, I relate to it more about how she wants to be, like, she doesn't even want to be popular. She just wants to have a friend, someone that she can trust, and how hard it is, especially in the high school kind of scene, to do that because everybody's so cliquey, everybody's so fake. Nobody knows how to help each other. Everyone's trying to be cool. And I think that, and I like these little days or slices of life because that's a real thing. Like, if you go to any high school, and doesn't matter what country you're in, there's always that kid that's out of place. And, we always tell, when you're in elementary school, we tell kids to be kind. But if you're not kind as a little kid, then you end up like shitty ass kids. And that's what happens. And it's a vicious cycle that never ends. And you need people like Mura, even though he seems like a dick and is useless, but you need those people to push others to be better and get out of their shell. So for me,
Yeah.
I feel like like if you like slices of life, then this is definitely one that you'd watch. It is a little slow, but I think if you pay attention to the internal dialogue of the girl, then it makes more sense the way she is. And then well, for me, you feel bad because you're just like, well, shit, like she tries and she can't even speak up because she doesn't know what that means or how that looks like. She couldn't even say good morning to the dude. And he was just like, dude, just say good morning. And like, for someone like me, where I didn't like to talk to people, that is hard to do. Even if it's so mundane and like boring, it's really hard to just do that because you don't know what the other person's thinking. You don't know how you're going to get judged. You don't know if their reaction is going to be the reaction that you want. So for me, I really actually like the show because it's more realistic and it's not that fluffy fairy tale bullshit that some dragon's going to show up and they're going to slay it. So there's a magical sword. So that's why I enjoyed it. And I think for her, she doesn't know how to make friends, but she's slowly trying to learn it. And then the title of the show is, what is it? Happy Lemon Soda?
No. Or Honey Lemon Soda.
Lemon Soda, which is a really good soda that does exist. You can get it hot or cold. But like, it's ironic that she gets sprayed by it, but it's also the soda that the guy carries. And so she identifies him as like, oh, like, you're that person. You see that connection. And she wasn't expecting to see him when she went to that high school. He happened to be there. So for me, I like it for that sense. But again, it's dependable on like people's taste.
Yeah. I definitely will say that there are moments in the show where it's just like, okay, again, when it's just them two, he is bearable. Because when he's in a public setting with other people, that's when I'm just like, bro, come on, bro. Like, why are you trying so extra right now? Like, I think it's the first episode when the bullies are like calling the other guys to go beat her up or whatever, and he's like being a total dick. It's like, why? Like, why are you doing this? Clearly you like her, because the part that like I did like was she calls her Stony and she got like, what the fuck, bro? Like, not you too. And then he tells her like, yeah, bro, it's cool to be a stone, whatever, just be a gemstone, don't be a regular boring ass rock, be a colorful thing. And I was like, okay, you're trying to take the bad, what is it called? Connotation of the insult and trying to turn it into a good thing, because then it just reminded me of My Hero with Deku, because that was his whole thing too, is oh yeah, he calls me Deku, even though my name's Midori, and blah blah blah. And it wasn't until the other girl was like, I like Deku, it's pretty cool. Yeah. So there are parts of it that I do like. Again, I like the animation. I think style perfect. Again, really dig the chick's eyes. It's like almost like a supernova thing going on with her eyeballs, but don't like the dude. And I really do hope that the side plot of Endo and Sato, I hope they're a thing, because that's her first like girlfriend, and she could tell, be like, oh, other people are also in a predicament, or they like someone, but the other person might not notice or might not like them back, because there's points where other girls are talking to Miura and she's like, why am I getting jealous? We're not even dating, and I'm not even worthy to fall in love with this guy. Both of these enemies had to deal with schools, which I guess worked out for you.
Sometimes.
So, honey lemonade soda. What's your rating, and would you recommend?
I would give it a 7.5. I would recommend it for anybody who likes slice.
Yeah, I give this like a solid 7 out of 10. Would recommend to Lynn and maybe Vivi from the school that we work at. Moving on to, oh, actually, before you gonna finish this one, you gonna watch it week to week, or you just gonna wait?
I don't know. I'm kind of busy, so I'll probably just have to wait.
Okay. I might continue it. It just depends if I get around to it. So the last anime of today is I'm getting married to a girl I hate in my class. You want to take this one or nah?
I don't remember too much of it. I just know that they're they are two high school kids and
Yeah, it's
from
Sato and
some girl,
yeah, it's
that some redhead.
okay. Let me tell you the name real quick. Let me tell you the name. It's Sato and Akaine, Akane. I can never pronounce that.
Yeah,
Akane?
I don't know. I'm not even gonna say their names. So
God damn it.
go ahead, Zal. Take it away.
Okay. I'm getting married to the girl I hate in my class is about this dude named Sato who I know I'm pronouncing that name wrong, who unfortunately gets roped in by Akaina's grandma and his grandpa, where they have to get married because his grandpa and her grandma had a thing when they were in high school, but they didn't go through with it because they would argue all the time. And they're like, we ended up moving on, and his grandma passed away, and her grandpa passed away. So now they're hooking up, and they're like, yo, we're gonna live like what it would have been if we got together, if we would have stayed together through you guys. So Sato wants to run the company his grandpa saved from the brink of, bankruptcy. And you don't get to find out the girl's name, or the girl's not name, her like bribe that the grandma gives her to later on. But they're forced to get married, and the grandparents are like, yo, because this is a set thing, we're going to get you a house, and you guys are going to live together. There's only one bed, and no sleeping on the couch. And, good luck. Hopefully we get babies soon. So the entire show is about these two working together because they don't like each other. And it seems very one-sided. It seems like the girl, Akaina, is the one that's kind of the dickhead. But it's not because she hates the dude. It's because she doesn't know how to project like, oh, we're rivals, more than like, oh, I just hate you because your face is weird. We also have a cast of Sato's cousin, Shinsel. She's weird. And the best friend, Hima. The cousin of Sato is the gross trope of, you're my cousin and I'm gonna flirt with you and make it very awkward. And the little kid thing, I don't like that at all. And Hima makes a point in the first episode that she likes someone, but she doesn't know they like him back. I have a feeling it's the main bro, but everything else is them learning to live together. Second episode, they're at each other's throats, and it's not till the creepy cousin tells the dude like, hey, how about trying to get some middle ground? A really good CEO would know how to, meet in the middle, with their people. And Hima tells her like, hey, if you like someone, you should try to understand them and see where they're coming from. So everyone is giving them advice on how to become a better partners to each other. And it does seem like it's working because by episode 3, she's studying really hard and he kind of gives her poop about it, being like, yo, why are you studying? She's like, oh, I have to, because if not, then I'm going to fail the quiz. And he's like, that's crazy because I just memorized everything. And she's like, oh, well, some of us aren't that lucky. So she overworks herself, gets really sick, and he takes care of her. And that's when she kind of tells him, like, the thing that the grandma's holding over her head for the marriage is if she goes through with it, that she'll pay for her to go to medical school because her dream is to help people, but her parents are poor and she just wants to be able to help everyone else. So he takes it upon himself to carry her to the hospital because she didn't want to call an ambulance because she's like, no, someone else who actually needs it should have that ambulance. And then no taxi was there. So by the 3rd episode, it seemed like they are working together. And he kind of does tell her too, like, you're going to make someone a really good wife. And she gets really flustered because she's like, oh, well, I'm already married. And at the end of the episode, he's like, oh, yeah, I have a really cute wife because she got mad that Hema was like getting real close with him. So there's kind of a cliffhanger where is there going to be more people, attracted to them? Is someone going to find out? And are the grandparents really going to hold them accountable because, they are still young? I actually like this one. I didn't like the creepy cousin because I don't like the angle of, incest. That's bad. But other than that, I thought the show was pretty good. I thought the girl was a little bit annoying, but just like Honey Lemonade Soda, she just doesn't know how to voice her feelings in an appropriate way. And that's really my only complaint about the show is the girl is a little bit overbearing.
Noted. This one was okay. It wasn't like I definitely want to finish this episode for me. Um, Again, it's arranged marriage. I'm not a fan of that shit. I think it's fucking stupid. And again, that's old traditional ways, so I get it because that still happens in the world today. But I just don't like it just because like their high school story is kind of like, okay, well, you have everything and here you are trying to be married. I'm just like, you're in fucking high school. Like, Who Hugging has a whole ass condo house with every necessity needed. Like, so that kind of irritated me because it's kind of like, okay, whatever. And now you're married and you need to work it out so you can reach your goals. But even if they weren't married, both of them are fully capable of reaching their goals.
Yeah. One thing that I glossed over is the girl isn't the only one with some kind of trauma. It seems like the main duder, maybe his parents walked out on him or some kind of thing because he points out he is super messy. Like he's like, yeah, I don't wash the dishes until they reach the ceiling, and he just throws toilet paper rolls wherever he wants, which is like brother's trash can, like right there. So yeah, I agree with you. I think if they weren't getting married, I think nothing would change fundamentally because they could have still just be living their lives and they could still have stories of like him slowly realizing that maybe he does like her and her still trying to reach her goal of being a doctor.
Yeah. Oh,
But I did like
no,
this one more.
no substance for me. It was kind of like, I mean, it's not a bad one. Like, would I watch it? Yeah, yes, because it's going to be dubbed in English at some point.
Yeah. I think if it was dubbed, I would like this one more. I need to go back to Honey Lemonade Soda and see if it's better subbed because there were some questionable things about that one, but this one is only subbed. I mean, it's dubbed in like other languages that isn't English, which doesn't help me at all.
Yeah.
But
This was like a 7 for me.
yeah, I give this like a solid 6. Would recommend to students.
Yeah, I don't know who I might recommend this to.
Most of the time, it's either you that I mentioned or Lynn, because like honestly, I don't know that many anime people other than my friend group. But my friend group are lame and watch stuff like Monster Musume that you totally pretending not to know about, and they like the action stuff. So like slice of the life stuff like this, I can't give it to anyone other than you, who's already watching it, because we are literally talking about it. And Lynn, and I feel like if I were to like, yo, you should watch this, she'll be like either okay or just ignore it. I don't see her like interact and be like, oh yeah, I've been meaning to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
So other than you, you're the only person that I would recommend this to, and not even really, because it's very okay with the title. It's to me, this is like the sub pool of the villainous thing, where it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm getting married to my cousin that's 3 times removed.
Yeah.
So
It's just a little dry. Like, fall in love
yeah,
with each other because they're forced to live with each other, and then they'll learn to like get along in school, so then eventually they don't hate each other. And really the only end goal that we need to know is, do they reach their goal?
yeah. Which I'm, like you said, I'm pretty sure they are, because at any point when I'm guessing Hima is gonna tell whatever her name is, Akainu, whatever, that she has a thing for Sato, and she's gonna be a good friend and break it off and be like, oh, I can't get in front of my friend's like true love. I would be a terrible friend. And then that's when he's gonna be like, I never wanted anyone but you, and I was just too blind and stubborn to see it. I feel like that's how it's gonna go down. And then the grandparents are gonna be like, huh, so that's what would have happened, huh? And they're gonna be like, you guys don't have to marry. We just wanted to know. We just needed to go to the extreme, because he's pointed out that his grandpa is like unhinged.
Yeah.
But that is the end of the episode. Don't forget to follow, comment, vote on the polls. The last episode, we did a poll. Well, me, not you, Peralta. I did a poll of, have you heard of the hit anime Monte Musume? There's 3 options you can choose from. You have yes, definitely, and absolutely. So just go out there, vote on one of those 3 for if you watched Monster Musume. I'm not sure what we're gonna watch next week. I'll definitely let you know if you're gonna be on the episode or not, Peralta. Because if I record during the day, there's no point of you. I mean, I guess you could and just give me your notes. We've done that in the past, but yeah, that's it for the episode.
Ooh.
Next week we will be recording the Anime Awards, so Peralta, be ready to deal with Cruz and his directing, because he's going to be doing that whole spiel at Secret 8. So definitely check it out on the Instagram for bloopers of Peralta just suplexing Cruz, or someone suplexing Cruz, because I feel like it's going to happen.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it for the episode. That's it. Bye.
Bye-bye.